Testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. All right, cool. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Saturday morning. Dan Claps here, CEO of Voda Cleaning and Restoration. Going to be doing a quick live stream on something that I got a lot of questions on. So I'm going to do another kind of section on this around cold email campaigns and lead nurturing through cold email campaigns. But first, let me start. If you don't know me, um, if you don't know me and don't know my background, let me share that quickly. So I've been in the lead generation space in franchising since 2016. I've been in the franchise industry since 2014 and in home services since 2000, late 2022. And my skill set, my entire life so far, my professional career has been centered around generating leads, whether that's through Facebook ads, Google ads, search engine optimization, cold email campaigns, referrals. To me, leads are generated from so many different places. When it comes to making the phone ring through your own efforts and through digital efforts, this is an area that I'm extremely knowledgeable in. And I can teach you what not to do and what to do, not because of only my own successes and mistakes, but also because of having so many clients in the various businesses I've done around lead generation and now in franchising, seeing them make mistakes and learn lessons and being able to synthesize everything that I've seen in doing this for the time that I've been doing this. So I'm going to take you through a couple key lessons, and then we're going to get into this tool that I want to show. So, a couple key lessons. Number one, you cannot think of doing lead generation as anything other than a numbers game. It needs to be high volume. Okay, it needs to be high volume. Never can it be just a little bit. And whatever you think you're doing, you should be doing three times more. So, to give you a great example, um, I'm doing cold email campaigns now, and we were sending 1,000 emails a day, and I was getting okay results, but they were not enough to be sustainable. So we pushed that up to 3,000, then 4,000, and now we're working toward doing 10,000 emails a day to get the results that I wanted to see. And we have to understand is automation and building lead generation is all about the hard work in the beginning, and then it's on autopilot, right? And the better it is the more work up front, and then you put it on autopilot. I'll give you a great example. Um, you know, Probably the best lead generation tool you could make would be a great book, right? Like a best-selling book. If you wrote a best-selling book, it would take a lot of time, a lot of energy, and then you would put it out there. But if the book then took traction and started to sell, that book people would read. You would never have to do anything, but they would read the book and they would come to you as a potential customer and be the best possible customer you could get. Because what people so often lose sight of in business is this concept of giving people value before you ask anything, giving people something before you ask for something. It's so important. It's key. And it's interesting because, like, if you think about it, why would someone want to give you anything if you didn't first give to them? And if you're trying to get a new customer that doesn't know you, right, that is literally trying to decide between you or someone else, or if they can do it on their own, why would they just go with you? You think to yourself, and this is um, a natural thing, is that you think because I'm a good person because I'm working hard, because my business is XYZ, they should give me the business. They don't know you. They don't know that. You have to remember you're a stranger. And I think it's so common that people forget this. And so what you got to understand is that the people that you're interacting with, they don't know you, they don't trust you. There's a million other options. You have to give more than the other people in order to start to stand out. If you create the right value based offer, a lot more people will go with you. Let me ask you a question. If I told you you could come to my conference in 2 months, it was free. And at that conference, I was going to give away all of my lead generation tactics. We would also cover for the flights for you to come and cover for you to have a babysitter. And at the conference, I'd also give you my book. And at the conference, we'd also, have Tony Robbins come and speak. And the tickets, the only thing we need you to do is pay $100. Would you say yes to that? Probably, right? Tremendous value. Make the offer so good, right? Now, in that scenario, let's say I had something I don't, but let's say if you came to that conference and I had something to sell you, it's worth it to me to cover all those costs and have you come and give you tremendous value because one out of 100 out of you will end up buying whatever product or service I'm trying to sell. It's the same thing here. I give people education and they learn from me, and then people come back and they want to buy. You know, um, when you think about creating content, or not really creating content, but doing lead generation, you got to think about making these offers that are better than anyone can refuse. When I'm doing marketing, I tell people about the power of a guarantee. In my business, we were recently talking to um, we do mold, right? We go into a house and we take mold out of the house as part of one of our services. And I was talking to franchise owner who was saying that, he was having trouble selling to the homeowner, having trouble lowering the price. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, well, like the price is, 4,000. And a lot of times people want to move forward, but they're caught up on the price and they want to, basically get a few other quotes and they want to check with insurance. And what we explained was, first of all, when you go to get mold done and you didn't solve it for 2 months, you can't go to insurance, right? So if I'm talking to you and you're like, I got to talk to insurance, I'll save you the time. You're not getting insurance. Insurance is over. 2 months ago, you could have got insurance. Now you got to do it yourself. And if you go through the insurance process and you come back to me in 2 months, I hate to tell you this and scare you, but the mold's going to do only one thing, which is grow. It's going to go from 2,000 to 4,000 or $4,000 to $8,000. So honestly, we should do it now. As far as the price, and this is what we teach our business owners. What I would say if I'm in a local market, it's like, look, I'm in your town. I'm trying to build a business with a good reputation. We already have over 100 5-star reviews. I'm pretty sure our kids actually go to the same school. I'm not making this business by selling mold services for double the price. I promise you're not going to pay me, and it's going to be some crazy price different than someone else. Okay. I do understand you don't want to spend $4,000, and it turns out you could get it for three. I get it. So that's what I'm going to do. First of all, if you find someone later that tells you or shows you proof that you could do it for less, let me take a look at it. Maybe I could price guarantee it, but you're not going to find it for a cheaper price. And if it honestly is price is the only thing, here's what I can do. It's 4,000. I promise you no one's going to be able to do it lower. Just to make sure, if you are willing to leave me a 5-star review, what I can do is, and please don't tell my boss, it might get fired, but I'll do it for 3,500 now. Does that sound fair? And hopefully the person goes for it. And what the business owner was concerned about was, well, what if they get upset with me that the price could have been lower in the first place? That was a good point. And what I asked him was, hey, you're a pretty good negotiator. Have you ever gone somewhere and gotten a deal where it was a price and you got it down and you got a deal? He said, yeah. I said, how did you feel? He said, I felt great. And we answered the question, which was, no, of course not. The homeowner is not going to be upset. I mean, listen, if you're trying to charge him $10,000 and now it's $4,000, that's a different story. But if you came to the market with a price, a reasonable price, and you did everything to get them excited and they can't move forward, and then you end up because of they're going to give you a 5-star review because that's worth something, and because you want to help them and everything else, you lowered the price. Why would they get upset with you that you lowered the price? It's crazy. And so the sales pitch that you're doing at home, it's the same thing when you're doing marketing. And so let's talk about this. Let's break down this tool here. And we're going to talk about making these kind of offers. All right. So one of my favorite tools for cold email campaigns is Instantly AI, which is a great tool. You log in, and what you do. So just to give you an example, of what I'm talking about, we're doing about 4,000 emails. Let's see, how many emails did we do yesterday? So yesterday on the 31st, we sent 4,000 emails 3,500 to new people, and 387 to people we followed up with. We got a 0.3% reply rate. 9 people replied. Now you understand something. For me, 9 people is exciting. That's a lot of people. I actually can't keep up. But it's 4,000 emails. You're not getting results because you're doing 400 emails. You got to do 4,000. Marketing and lead generation is all about more. It's a bigger amount, perhaps, not a smaller one. And so when you look at this campaign, 3,500 property managers are in this sequence yesterday. We're reaching out to property managers. And this tool is phenomenal because literally, when I tell you we're reaching out to property managers, they're literally property, watch this, property managers. In my business, that's who we're looking for. So property managers with a certain C level director or manager who you know, are all over the country. Let's say, well, let's say you're doing this and you're in, I don't know, New Jersey. Boom. You got 1,000 people you can reach out to. Now, it's not a ton, but let's say we lower this. And this is just the initial search. Okay, we got 1,400. Good start. Not a lot in New Jersey for some reason, but oh, you know why? It's skipping ones I've already entered into my system, which is a lot. So that's why there's probably a lot more. But you would pop over here and you would select them and you add to the campaign. And I might be out of credits right now, but you go and you add them. Okay, good. So now literally these property managers are all getting added into my campaign. Okay. Now it skips some duplicates. They're all in the campaign. And by the way, let's just like take a look at what we're talking about here. This is the kind of person we're reaching out. In my business, property managers are a big um, part of our business. And so this is multifamily professional. This is, let's see this one. Lauren Waver, property manager, right? Young professional property manager in Lodi, New Jersey, right? And oh, what happened here? Okay. So you connect and boom, we're connected. So you go down this whole list and you're able to connect with these great people and you add them into your campaign. And then you create a sequence. So my sequence is all about what we talked about, which is those offers. So what we're saying is 5-star service. Hey, Jenny, would you be open to my team doing some floor cleanings at your properties at a discounted rate or at even no cost to you to show you the values of our cleaning services? We're working with a lot of property managers in the area to help them get more 5-star reviews. Okay. So what is it about? It's about them helping them get more 5-star reviews. We're working with a lot of property managers. And you could also say is just like you, right? We're working with a lot of property managers in the area. These are the magic words, just like you, to help them get more 5-star reviews. But the website, boom. Nice and short and sweet. Subject line is a super short and easy to the point, not super professional, doesn't need to be. It's actually lowercase, we find works best. And then a delay, and then the next day. Now we may not want to say 5-star reviews. Oh, that's just the name of the, let's see. Okay, so now we're gonna change that subject line. To literally just do that. Quick call. Like if you're looking at your inbox, right? Like, let me show you. If I look at my inbox aesthetically, right? And I just saw quick call, right? I'd be like, what is that? I would definitely open that, right? So that's the whole point of the subject line. 5-star review. You really want to get someone's attention, you can put 1-star review, but 5-star review, quick call, 5 days later, another email, and you're following up. So this tool, you can create whatever you want to do to follow up, and then you schedule it. Okay, so one sec, we gotta save it. options, and you set this whole thing up, and it could prioritize leads. It could stop reaching out based on when they're interested, not interested, etc. And then you save it and you turn the campaign on, which my campaign's on, and then that just starts going. It just starts going. It starts running for you. It's working for you while you know, while you're doing whatever you're doing, while you're living your life. You can literally set that up and uh, oops. You can literally set that up and all right, we're back. You can literally set that up and let it run for you and start working for you. Um, the other tool that's very similar to that is Lemlest, which is similar but different. So let me show you Lemlest, and then I'll talk a little bit more about some lead generation stuff. So Lemlest, you can do this to any business. You can be a gym owner. You can be, you just have to figure out who's best at, you know, um, who's best at referring your business. But if you know that, then you can do any of this. So, like, here's an example. So here's a campaign that goes to different property managers. That's like, you know, 5-star review. So again, whatever your business is, subject line, sweet, to the point, easy, 2-3 words max. Hey, first name. I was curious who you're using for water restoration, floor cleaning in your properties. This is to go to property manager, right? My company helps solve tenant issues fast, boosting 5-star reviews and improving satisfaction. We'll be on a quick call or coffee meetup. And this sends email, and then emails again in a day, and then an emails again in 4 days, and they're all kind of different points. Then it gets a little bit more detailed. I give them, and then remember I told you to give value, so I want to give value right away. So this is my little cheat sheet on how we keep your properties floors cleans, properties floor clean. Can't read, and it just is basically a cheat sheet that we use to show them how we're going to and how they can keep their floors clean. Because again, it seems so counterintuitive, right? It's like I sell a service. Why would I tell people how to do the service without me? I guarantee if you teach people as much as you know about how to do what you do, the chances of them going and doing it, maybe they will. Great, you help some people. But what most people subconsciously think is, if this guy or gal, if this is what they're giving to me for free, what the hell do they give me if I'm a customer? Right? Like, I'm online right now. If you're a stranger, you don't know me. This is nonsense for me. I don't even sound cocky. This is stuff I was doing in 2014 before it was even a thing. Right? Like, I'd give you this for free. If you pay me, give you a whole different playbook. And that's just the reality, right? Like, the people that work directly with me, they're getting access to things I know way different than what I'm giving out. I try to give as much as I know online, but it's impossible. My customers obviously get more from me and the team than you get for free, right? And this hopefully gives you value. The idea in your business, if you're the greatest, like fixing toilets, like give value on how to fix toilets, right? Like, why don't you go make a podcast on, like, I know it sounds funny, but like how to prevent your toilets from clogging, or how to improve your home's, quality, or like you'd be blown away that who's because you think yourself, like, who the hell's watching a podcast about toilets, right? But when someone has toilet issues and they're pissed off and they're tired of it and they're online and they may not listen to it, but they see why this plumber has 100 podcast episodes on fixing toilets. This guy must at least be passionate, about fixing toilets. They're going to go with you. They're going to see you as a thought leader. The whole idea is to give value and become the thought leader in the industry, the authority figure in the industry. Um, it's interesting. I have a coach that I just signed up with and got connected to, puts out a ton of content. I read his book, I watch his videos, I fall asleep to the podcast, but I've watched probably 100 hours of content with this guy, and everything has been so valuable. So when they reached out about coaching and whatever the price was, I bought through a text message. It was like 5 texts with a sales guy. I'm in, because, and not that I'm going to buy things so fast, it's because, like, I've been in for 100. I've watched, like, think about it. I filled out a form on their website and had made 90% of the decision that I was ready to move forward because I watched all the videos and then I thought about it and I stopped and I thought about and then I stopped. And then one day I was like, I feel like I'm hitting a wall and I need a coach. And this coach is going to help me. And by the way, if you're a business owner, you don't have a coach, I highly recommend getting a coach is key. And I've had different coaches. And recently I was like, I got to level up my coach. I need a coach that's built $100 million business. I can't do these coaches. And I've had great coaches, but I need a coach that's done it, that's been there, right? How did they get to $100 million? And how did they build a business where their customers were super happy and while still having a life and staying healthy and having a family? Like, that's who I want to be, right? So it's like, I need a coach that's doing what I want to do. And so I found that coach. But my point is, because that coach gave out so much value for so long, it was so consistent. I was like the easiest sale. You want to get to the point that people are just ready to buy because they make 80% of the buying decision, which is a fact, by the way. People make 80% of the buying decision before they even get on the phone with you in this day and age. So you're going to send these emails out through the cold email campaign. And then what I love about Lemless that's a little bit different than Instantly AI is Lemless will also send them LinkedIn connections. So it'll be like, let's stay connected. My company, Vote a Clean Restaurant, helps others, um, etc. It'll visit their profile, send another email, send another email, send another email, visit their profile, chat them, and then my favorite, which I think is really cool, is send a voice message to their LinkedIn box, and then we can call them. So it's tremendous follow up. And again, what I'm trying to impress upon you is you do this, and then it just works. Like, you don't have to do anything. You turn it on, and then you look at the performance. And again, out of this, this small campaign, just contacting 75 people, delivered to 68 people, 30%, almost a 30% open rate, right? 1% clicked. Okay, this one's 0% replied, so it's a failure. But instantly AI, takes testing. This is new for me on this particular campaign. But you have to understand, for me, if one person replies, I forgot that I'm even doing this because it's on automated tools, right? And eventually we'll get to a point where we're going to scale it. I probably know that my numbers need to go up, right? In this case, we only contacted 75. So here's my problem. A lot of you would say, like, oh, it's not working. It's BS. I got nothing. I contacted 75 people. That doesn't matter. That's a sample size that's ridiculous. Contact 75,000 people and then see if it works. And that's what you got to think about. Which brings me to my last point. Do a little bit between the tools and so I stopped sharing my screen. Okay. Um, my last point, you have to do more. You have to have more volume if you want to get anything out of these searches. Well, thanks again. We'll be putting out more content on this topic, and I'll see you soon.